Good Morning Night Vale is brought to you by The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, a new independently produced and crowdfunded 10-episode original audio drama. Set in a deceptively familiar world of electronic surveillance and machine-mediated communication, The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine follows Lydia Ryan and her friends, lovelorn Ethan and wannabe internet sensation Dee, as they struggle to unravel the mystery of her mother's disappearance. Escape the sinister Fontaine family, and survive the feud over her grandfather's supernatural legacy. It weaves bitter family drama and high-stakes intrigue with fantasy and cyberpunk elements to create a surreal mystery about secrets and grudges, old books, big data, and the promise of infinite knowledge. And do not forget the talking birds. It's a full-cast production with original music and a bespoke soundscape presented through a series of found-footage-style surveillance recordings. And it's important to note, this show was made entirely without generative AI. Even the computers are voiced by human actors. Episodes are free, and you can start listening right now with the Season 1 finale due to come out on August 16th. For more information, go to lydiadisappears.com. and find The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine wherever you get your podcasts and start listening from the beginning.
Insurance isn't one size fits all, and shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit Progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life, on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
A lonely heart, a wandering eye, an empty stomach, a shoulder to cry on.
This is what makes us, us.
Good morning, Night Vale. Hello, everybody. I'm Hal Lublin, a.k.a. Steve Carlsberg.
And I'm Symphony Sanders, also known as Tamika Flynn.
And I'm Meg Bashwiner, also known as Deb. Oh, and this is Good Morning Night Vale. This is episode 32 of Good Morning Night Vale. So at this point in the game, you've probably heard of it, and you probably know what we're about to do. But I'm going to tell you anyway, because this part of the show is when we explain who we are and what we do. So I think this is our show where we recap old episodes of Welcome to Night Vale to really find out more about Welcome to Night Vale and ourselves.
And this week we were discussing episode 32, Yellow Helicopter. Here's the description of the episode. There are strange new helicopters above Night Vale, different than the other helicopters that regularly hover over town. Plus, community health tips, surgery for Night Vale High School's starting quarterback, and a message from Hiram McDaniels. Let's talk about it. I stole your catchphrase. Sorry, Symphony.
Hey, it's fine. But you got to say it right, Hal.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
You got to really shriek. Just shriek.
Let's talk about it. Talk about it.
You're getting close. You're getting really close.
I'll get there.
You got to go as high as the angels, maybe. You guys.
Ooh.
We're talking about Angels. They're gone or bored. Maybe they were left because they were bored. One thing that stuck throughout the episode is anybody who's like been in contact with them or like whatever, like if you start talking about them, they start crying. And right. I wrote it, crying because of angel encounters. It made me think of Ancient Aliens.
Oh, we're back on that.
Yeah, it's like you cry if you're an angel who's being told that angels don't exist.
Yeah, maybe. That'd be sad.
It is hurtful.
It's hurtful. Yeah, it's showing us something about Vithya, the intern Vithya, and then also something about Larry Leroy.
Yeah, he's all up in this piece.
He's an angel, maybe.
I don't think he's an angel. I think he's had contact with them. But I like that he was talking to the man in the tan jacket, and he was like, his name's Ernest or Everett or Emmett. What other E names are there for men? Earl.
Emmanuel.
Emerald.
Oh, yeah. Bam!
My grandfather was named Emil, and my uncle was named Emil with an E.
Oh. My grandpa's name was Edward. Oh, Amelia.
Edward, that's an E.
Yeah, it is an E.
Yeah. And Edwin.
Eduardo.
Eli. Yeah, Eduardo.
Eli. Sure.
Ebenezer.
And that's all of them.
That's all of them. Today I was listening to someone talk about an op-ed piece that they wrote, and I was like, did you mean an op-ed word?
Did you walk directly
Operation
out of the room
Edward?
after you said that?
You informal motherfucker. Did you mean to say op-ed word?
Do you know him well enough to call him Ed? Rude.
Operation Edward?
I'm going to smack you with my cummerbund. You lout.
You guys, one of the first things that happens in this episode, besides talking about the angels and how they're gone and all that stuff, was the Night Vale Medical Board. They always have some crazy stuff to say. But they're talking about having a healthy heart. And just like a lot of other things these things that are like, oh, here's just like a little health tip or like whatever. It starts out being normal and then it starts getting weirder and weirder and weirder and weirder. And it's just like, no, like fully crack your chest open. And if you don't have like an actual like bone saw, use like a table saw basically. And then you prepare it like a nice chicken parm. You flatten it and put it in flour and then fry it up till it's crispy. And then you eat it. Yeah. Is that how it gets back in your body?
Yeah.
Eat your heart in.
Yeah, it just reassembles in your chest. I have to say, from a culinary standpoint, it's not a good way to cook heart.
Okay. How would you cook it?
Because it'd be tough.
Because it's so muscly that you're going to want to go low and slow with it.
You got to braise it.
You don't want to go high temperature. You're just going to tense that muscle right up, and it's just going to be super tough. And yeah, you want to go lower and slower to try to break down some of that dense muscle.
Yeah, you put it in a slow cooker. You got to put it in like a broth or like a rub or something. You put it in a slow cooker for like 8 hours. Then you take a couple forks and shred it.
You could, if you wanted to sear it and then slow it, cook it. I think that's fine.
Just to get that flavor, do the mayoral process, just to make sure it gets that extra like seal in, but then really, I mean, I guess it depends on also how big your heart is. The heart is.
Yeah, it's true. How long it's going to need to break down. Like a blue whale's heart is going to be a way longer cooking process than a mouse heart.
Right.
But we all have hearts, even
some of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the helicopters come along. There's these new yellow ones that like nobody recognizes. But they're saying that, they might be okay. They're uninvited guests. And you're supposed to treat them like any interloper, I assume, until the end where we'll talk about that in a minute. But the black ones are for the world government. The blue is for the secret police. And the mural one takes children, but then they gave it back. So they're like, oh, well, it's fine. All these helicopters flying around in the sky just makes me think that it's really noisy there.
Yeah.
Because helicopters make a ton of noise.
Yeah, there are a lot of whirly birds in this area in Los Angeles. They're out all the time. So it seems like there's a manhunt every 10 seconds. So there are police helicopters out, and then there are obviously traffic helicopters. They're like one of them is loud, but it sounds like at any given time.
Don't they already know that the traffic is just bad there? Or?
They do, but they're like, here's how bad it is.
Oh, okay.
You thought yesterday was bad? Today we'll knock your socks off and then put them back on. But you'll want to take them off, but you'll put them back on because you have to drive anyway. Too bad, putz. It seems like at any given time there are 6 to 8 helicopters in your vicinity in the air, just hovering and like sort of moving back and forth.
That's what it's like in Night Vale.
Mm-hmm.
Nightmare.
Night Vale's Los Angeles. We don't get a lot of helicopters out here. We get rich people helicopters out here.
Oh, they're landing on their own private helipad.
we get the people, the weekenders. You see them coming in, and then you see them leave on Sunday nights.
Are there any of them famous people?
There's some famous people who live up here. I don't know if they're the ones using the helicopters. My guess is it's probably like just this stupid like old money people who have places up here. But there's also some famous people who live up here.
Who are a couple of famous people who live up there?
Paul Rudd.
Oh yeah,
he's A-list.
He's got a candy shop up there, right?
Yeah,
we went to that place. It's cute.
Mm-hmm. I ran into him at the liquor store. Yeah.
Oh.
Who else?
Who
else is it?
Did you tell him I'm in love with him?
I'm trying to think of like who else like A-list is up here. There's like some B-listers, like, and then there's like your podcasters and your authors and your musicians. But yeah, a lot of people have like weekend homes.
Do you want to hear my Paul Rudd story?
Yeah.
In 2011, I think it was, they did a 10-year anniversary of Wet Hot American Summer at San Francisco Sketchfest. And Ben Acker and Ben Blacker were brought in to help adapt that screenplay into like a radio stage play, like Thrilling Adventure Hour. And so a few of us got to play parts in it because they didn't have all the original cast there. But the original cast members they did have were all the big ones for the most part. So Amy Poehler was there. I think Bradley Cooper. Mark Evan Jackson played Bradley Cooper's part. But Paul Rudd was there. And he's known the guys from the state for years and years. So they were joking at some point about something, and I kind of like walked over and tried to be in on the joke, which is the dumbest thing. I just wanted to like, I was such a big fan of all of them. I'm like, oh yeah, we're all in this show together. Clearly we're all peers now. And then I walked away from it feeling like, you are the dumbest person. You have ruined this encounter with Paul Rudd. Could have gone a million different ways. You are not his peer.
No.
You are his peer. And that's on him.
And then we did the show.
That's on him. Listen, I feel like if no matter who the fuck you are, if you're doing a show with someone or you're in the same room with someone, it is your responsibility to be a person and to treat them like a person.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't rude, to be fair. It was just like they were having an inside joke and I walked over and was like in on it. And this could have been something they've been doing for 20 years that I was like, hey, I'm also in it. So I don't blame him. I don't blame any of them.
I don't know. They should have made you feel welcome.
We'll do you want us to go to their house? Do you want us to call their mom?
I want to go to the candy store and get candy.
That's not how you treat people. It's that you make people feel welcome. And if they're not welcome, you kindly let them know that in a way that is not hurtful.
Well, nobody said anything to me. At least there was that. Just odd glances.
Yeah. Like, save those odd glances for when you're in your helicopter on your way back to upstate New York.
Yeah, Ant-Man. Save your glances for your helicopter. Also, big fan.
Yeah. He's had a good career.
He has had a good career.
Yeah.
You know who else has had a pretty good career? I'm bringing it back. You ready?
Go ahead.
Michael Sandero playing sports ball, but now he's losing it. And like it happens occasionally with sportsmen. They, have good season and then they have like a bad season. And right now, Michael Sandero, ever since he cut off his other head, and now he only has the Russian speaking one, everybody's like, nah, like it's not working out. He's not like, you're wondering if he's even a good player, like for a good leader for his team. But Nasser Al-Majid, he fucking comes for him and he's like, you know what? I feel like the speech that he gives is very much like after the football game is or whatever sports game is over, and they're like, "So, what did you think of how did you play the game?" And they all say the same thing. They're like, "We played a really good game, me and the guys, we were out there and like, we pushed really hard, and everybody else was like, they gave a really good, it was really tough, good game." And he's like, our boys play together, play good games, good football boys, basically.
I love that. By the way, they point out, it wasn't until I got to this section that I was like, oh yeah, Jeffrey wrote this. Because there's so much football specific stuff in there.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before, that Jeffrey and I are probably the two biggest sports fans, I would say, in the show. That's certainly something we talk about a lot when we're in each other's company. And the idea of having two heads does mean you can read zone defenses better, and pick up blitzes. But also, I was thinking about this a lot because obviously, as of this recording, I was just watching football yesterday.
Yeah.
And if you have two heads, you have to make a lot of quick decisions as a quarterback. You got to check down all the people, all your receivers, and decide who's going to get the ball. With two heads, you can't. Which head makes the decision? Obviously, it feels like he cut off the quarterbacking head.
Yeah, I think he cut off the quarterbacking head. But do you think that was his decision, or do you think the quarterbacking head had any say in it, or do you think the Russian guy was like, well, I'm going to get rid of this other head? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it sounds like elective surgery, right?
Thanks, Putin. More Russian interference.
Yeah, he's straight up meddling in the 2013 Night Vale High School football. Maybe the whole thing is a catalyst to where we are today.
I'm telling you, there's so many things. We've been talking about this since the beginning, how many things are like reflective of things that are happening right now or happening in the last couple of years. And it's pretty creepy. Here's some more Russian collusion.
Yeah.
No collusion. No collusion.
No collusion.
This is my hope right now, because right now it's January the 7th. I believe this episode will air on the 21st of February.
Oh.
I'd like these jokes about Russia and
to be
collusion
dated.
and something to be dated.
Yeah. Wouldn't
Like
that
it's
be
all
nice?
gonna bust open like tomorrow morning. Like we're gonna wake up and like Trump is gonna be in jail.
We're going to wake up and the capitalist society has fallen, and we will all journey to the moon together.
With Space Force?
With the Space Force. We will all go to the moon. Could we all fit on the moon? How big is the moon?
Not that big.
It's not big enough for all of us.
No.
Really?
We can all barely fit in this world, girl.
What if we held hands, though?
Hands across the moon?
Yeah.
It'd be like Le Petit Prince.
I'll try it.
Like it's like the Little Prince. We're all just like la la la, just like on the land. But I don't think we'd all be able to have like space. We'd be able to stand side by side, but that's maybe it. I don't know. Scientists.
That would be your life.
I'm going to look it up and find out. Speaking of, I'm going to look it up and find out. Do you think it's interesting that we get there's all this two-head cutting off your head talk in the episode that has the Hiram McDaniel's 5-headed dragon thing happening? Like, I wonder if that was like an intentional multi-head thing, or they're just so much multi-heads in Night Vale that they're bound to end up in the same episode together.
I do feel like there's a lot of multi-headed things in Night Vale. Like there was that one thing with the dog thing. There's Hiram, there's Michael Sandero. There's been a couple of things in live shows where it's like, oh, there's lots of multiples of like multiple eyes, multiple arms, or like people differently bodied. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Your head's part of your body, no? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's right at the top.
I meant, okay. I know your head's part of your body, you guys. Like, don't be like, wow, Symphony, you're such a bimbo. No, I meant like, do you consider it like your thumb? You don't consider that a finger because it's your thumb. It's a whole different thing, but it's still like on your hand. Like, I know.
I consider my thumb a finger.
Do you?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, it's a finger, but like, it's got I don't know.
They all have their own names.
I guess so, but a thumb is just so like individual. I don't know.
I wonder, this is a weird wonder because it's getting towards the late evening hour here in my mind. So like how in English we've got like thumb, pointer finger, index finger, middle finger, pinky finger. I wonder how in different languages those exist.
Oh yeah.
Like, what do we call them? Like how does that all work? It's something from a linguistic standpoint that I'm very curious about.
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Hey, all the fans that are from other places that speak, or people that speak multiple languages, how do you call it? Like, is it the same as we call it? Also, the thumb, there's like no, like, I don't know. You don't call it a thumb finger. You call it just a thumb.
Yes.
Well, I guess you do call it your pinky finger. Some people do.
Right.
I just call it a pinky.
I just call it a pinky too, but like.
Ring, F off, and pointer.
Isn't it so weird how that they're called that though? Like pinky. Yeah. Like what fucking adult was like, yep, it's the pinky.
That was a royal proclamation. Hear ye, hear ye. All this finger shall be known as the pinky.
And like from a medical standpoint, what do you call it? Like you're a medical doctor, you were a hand doctor, you went to Hand's medical doctor school, you spent $240,000 in 10 years, your whole educational career, 20 years of your life learning about the human body. Do you call it your pinky? You're like, we're doing surgery on his pinky today.
Yeah,
I think you call it the pinky dinky little winky. That's what it's called in the New England Journal of Medicine.
Upstairs Medical College.
Upstairs Medical College. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Hey, you need to go to medical college? You just come on upstairs. Upstairs Medical College. We're right above that shoe store. Yep, it's still in business, even though it always looks like it's closed all the time.
We're in the same area as the DMV.
You have like a sweatshirt that just says upstairs in the collegiate writing across the front that you bought at the bookstore at the upstairs medical school.
They have posters of John Belushi wearing the same sweatshirt, but they've photoshopped upstairs over the word college.
Oh, that was good.
Anyway, so we hear from Hiram and his many heads. Or actually, we hear from Gold and Purple, and who else we hear from? I can look at mine.
He prefers to be called Violet, but yes, Purple.
Green.
And Green, yeah. But the red one's just the main head, right?
Gold's the main head.
Okay.
It's Gold, Green, and Purple, I think. I think those are the only three. You only hear from three of them.
Yeah. And he cares about I like that that they do the thing where he's like, literally a 5-headed dragon, who cares? And he's like, that's also my slogan. I'm literally a 5-headed dragon. Who cares? I like that. I like the two different readings of it. That was really funny. And the children, he cares about children and business owners and children business owners. And he also does a dig against the faceless old woman that she doesn't have a mouth.
Yes.
But that's like kind of legit. But she can talk because we obviously hear her.
Yeah. And if isn't that just the patriarchy, you know?
Well, she doesn't even have a mouth.
Yeah.
That woman, she didn't have a mouth on her.
She's a nasty mouthless woman.
By the way, if this is the only way you know Jackson Public is as Hiram McDaniels, you need to go watch The Venture Brothers.
Yeah.
Only because he does at least half of the voices in any given episode. He's such a genius. He's a genius performer, just brilliant, great writer. You know, he created the show. He and Doc Hammer write it together, and they perform like every other character. So it's like such a cool, like the perfect guy to come in and voice a 5-headed dragon where every voice has to be different. It's just brilliant casting. One of those like home run bits.
Yeah, I think that was definitely one of the ones where it was like, oh, this guy's around and he'd be interested in doing a show. Great, cool. Okay, what can he do? Oh, he can do all of this. Great. He's a 5-headed dragon, and like it was just like they saw. Like they were gifted this amazingly talented voice actor, and they were like, okay, let's use it. Let's use that whole tube of toothpaste. Like let's really put him to work. And I think he has fun doing it when he does do Hiram. It's definitely really fun for us to get to watch it and hear it. But it feels like it's something when you're that good, it probably feels fun to like run laps around the track like that, you know?
I think this seems like a fun character in general to play. 'Cause you get to go really anywhere you want. I mean, like we've said before, the guys don't give us a ton to go. Like they just are like, yeah, we trust you. Just go for it. And, you know, he really does. And it's awesome. And how distinct they are. That's the other thing, that I love, that they don't like, they could sound like 5 different people. You know what I mean? Or they sound like 5 different people because they could sound kind of similar, but they're all very distinct, which I really enjoy. And I like that his main head is kind of like a Texan, you know, no nonsense sort of guy, you know?
Yeah, it's very George W. Bush.
Yeah.
Kind of meets John Wayne, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
One of my favorite bits in this episode was the fedora dude. So towards the end, after the weather and Vithya ascends, the witnesses are talking about what they've seen, and one person says, "I can't even describe the beauty of her ascension," and the other guy who's wearing the fedora says, "You kind of did, though." And then he goes on to mansplain the description.
Yes. When I heard that part, I was like, ugh, what an asshole. Because there's always somebody who's like, well, actually, if you say I could care less, that means that you do care. So, and you're like, shut the fuck up. You know what I meant. It was the 2000s though. Everybody was
everyone. Yeah. It was like a very Jason Mraz, Gavin DeGraw kind of time.
Backstreet Boys, they were wearing fedoras, the whole thing. That one guy who was like 47 in that group with the Ming the Merciless goatee. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Okay, if I had to name the Backstreet Boys, I probably could name one.
It doesn't matter.
Is it Brian is the one who's old? Is Howie old? Is Howie the old one?
Nick Carter was the
dream boy.
He's the blonde one with the middle part. Why did we think that was cute? Why did we think that was cute? And now that I'm like, ew, it's so gross. I remember back in the day, I used to have a crush on every guy with a freaking haircut like that. It would be like the part down the middle. It's not a good look.
Yeah, it's probably because when we were born, they were still putting lead in gasoline.
And I still love the smell of gasoline today. Okay, let's see. AJ, Howie, Nick, Kevin, and Brian. Could I tell you which one is which? Nope. Hold on. Oh yeah, AJ. Nope. AJ's the one that he's still wearing a fedora. Look.
I just wanted to look up when they took lead out of gasoline just to make sure that I was right about that. And I typed in, when did they take, and my Google filled to prayer out of school.
Can you see him there?
Yeah. So he's the old one?
He's the old one. Old looking. I don't know if he's really old.
He's probably our age now.
He actually looks cuter now than he used to be.
You don't see me trying to be a boy band, though.
You personally, by yourself, should not be a boy band.
Thank you for not believing in me.
Well, just because you're just one person. Not because I don't think you could do it. Not that I don't think you could be a part of one, but just as one, like a boy band is just historically more than one person. But hey, you know what? Break the wheel.
Thank you.
Break the mold. You can do it. If anyone can do it, it's you.
It's not like I really want to do it, but knowing that you believe in me.
You know what? I'm always here for you, boo.
It's enough. It's enough, It really is. Gets me through it. Symphony, I feel like you'd be good in a boy band.
Oh, because I've got the dance moves.
You've got the dance moves and you've got the energy and the attitude. And I feel like you could play a lot of different parts too.
Which one do you think I would be?
You could be like the bad boy, or you could be like the arty one, like Posh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
or you could be like,
I'm doing some shoulder moves.
Yeah.
I know you guys can't see this, but I'm doing some sweet shoulder moves right now.
Oh yeah. That's a good move.
Yeah. You could be the sporty one too.
I know, because I can kick.
Yeah.
And kick and do flips and stuff. One thing that I just made me guffaw was when that person smacked the tape recorder.
Yeah.
Like that shit made me laugh so hard because I was like, oh no, that is what that sounds like.
It was Larry Leroy, right?
Oh yeah. Because he kept being like, get out of it. He's like, don't. He kept ahead of one saying that I can't remember what he kept saying. But he was like, don't mess it up or don't
bog me down, son.
Don't bog me down, son. Yeah. Oh shit. That's so fucking funny. I love that part. Cause that's a real bad boy thing to do.
To knock the tape recorder out of the reporter's hand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't it like smack of like younger Sean Penn or like something? Because like all like celebrities who like have tumultuous relationships with the paparazzi and they'll like go after them or something. They're like, get out of my face or whatever. But he does it in a nicer way.
Yeah. He says, don't bog me down.
You know what? And we should all live by that. Don't bog me down.
Yeah, don't bog one another down, people.
And Vidya did not get bogged down, you guys. She fully ascended. And hey, if you could ascend, would you? Maybe you don't have a choice, do you? She wasn't like,
not.
I want to ascend, right?
Yeah.
They just suck you up into heaven or wherever.
I don't know. I just think about Spider-Man in Infinity War going, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
And then vanishing in the dust. That was sad.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
That was a sad bit. I can't wait for the Marvel movie.
Endgame.
I'm so excited.
Captain Marvel first.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. I want to see that first. You guys, this is really the birth of Strax. You know what I mean?
Strax coming into the plot in a huge way. Yeah.
Yeah, like big time. And it's like a right. See, they do this. They did this with Summer Reading Program as well. They brought it in right at the end. And that Strax bought the radio station.
Yeah. It was like, this is an unknown thing and be afraid of it. Be afraid of it. And then it's like, oh, no need to be afraid of it.
Everything's fine.
Also, Strax owns the station.
Right?
Well, last episode, remember I talked about like the big menacing thing is generally the smokescreen, but this time the big menacing thing, we're bucking that convention. The big menacing thing is not a threat, not outwardly a threat. It's not something that's impending doom right away, but it is a major piece of the plot. It's not something that's going away. They're literally delivering a major plot point to us.
Yeah.
They're dropping flyers, letting everybody know they now own the radio station. So we're really like in super high gear now.
Well, they do it at the last second. And you can tell Cecil is not happy about it. He's talking through gritted teeth and is not really excited about it, but he can't say anything because they're his bosses now.
Yeah.
So,
and he's shown a willingness to obey the people in command.
Yeah. Which is scary, and we're not sure what's going to happen from that. But that's what makes this business exciting.
All right, this episode's weather was Palabras de Papel by Nelson Poblete.
What a nice Spanish song.
It is. It's a really beautiful song. I looked up the lyric translation. And
Me too.
Yeah,
because I was like, I don't know what's happening, but it's very.
I didn't.
I thought it was like very ethereal and like kind of sad, like a little bit.
Yeah, it's about love kind of being lost and.
Mm-hmm. But very flowery language. I mean,
yeah, the language is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the title of the song is what? It's paper words. Is that what it is? Is that? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Words made out of paper or something to that effect. And this was Joseph, when Joseph was in Barcelona in 2013. He saw this guy busking in Park Güell and was like, oh, cool. I want to use this song on my podcast. And the language barrier being what it was, Joseph is not sure that he understood what Joseph was asking of him. So he thinks that that Nelson Poblete probably just thinks that this song played on a radio station in a town called Night Vale.
Which it did.
And it did.
It did, in a way. So, okay. So he just met this guy like on the street?
Yeah.
I swear, Joseph, because that's what also he met one of those other people like in a subway or something.
Mount Moon. Yeah, I heard Mount Moon busking on the subway.
See, I'm the city person that's just going to be like, keep walking. I'm on my phone. I'm never paying attention to being like,
Hey, there's music for your podcast everywhere. You just have to be looking for it.
I guess so. But that's not my job. I'm just here to do the chit chats. No, we don't have to.
That's true.
We don't have to go out and source music for this one.
I'm not trying to find no music.
We look no further than Disparition for anything we could ever need.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
If Disparition doesn't have it, I don't want it. But yeah, I like this song. So
I like the song too. I think it's really nice in the episode. And then I think I like the little backstory about it too, where it kind of becomes this travel memory for Joseph and maybe this weird memory for Nelson Poblete.
hope it's a weird memory for him too. I want to one day, like, that would be awesome to like, catch up with him and just be like, hey, did you know you were on this show?
The internet says that he lives in Manchester, so we should invite him to our Manchester
really?
show. Yeah.
Oh, let's do it.
He had to know because he would have experienced some sort of Night Vale bump, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
still,
everybody does.
but like it's telling that if you don't know what Night Vale is, I guess he could probably look it up and figure it out. But I think at the time, when Joseph was talking to him about it, he was like, "Yeah, I can be on your radio show, and that'll broadcast in Night Vale."
You're like, okay.
And my guess is that Joseph was trying to speak to him in Spanish. That's my guess.
How good is Joseph's Spanish?
Way better than mine. But that's not a high bar.
I know. I'm like, and that means. Well, we're glad to have it. So thanks, Mr. Poblete.
And Senior Fink.
And Senior Fink for talking to this dude on the street.
Stay right there. Good Morning Night Vale will return after a brief break.
All right, we ready to step into the fan zone?
FanZone!
Fan zone.
Today we have an email from Danny, and Danny writes to us, "Hey, Meg, Symphony, and Hal. Yellow Helicopters is a special episode to me because I started listening to Night Vale when it came out, and Night Vale's been my favorite thing ever since. My question is, if you could make a Night Vale spin-off about a character, like the novel is about Diane Creighton, which character would you pick, and what would their story be like? Hard mode, pick a character that you don't play. Thanks for making my favorite piece of media basically ever. Heart, Danny T." Well, Danny, thanks so much for writing us, and thanks so much for this question. Yeah, what do we think here? I'm trying to think if I could make a spinoff about a character. There's so many great characters that we don't hear from too often that we just get little pieces of their lives. So I think it would be really cool to see an expansion of them. I'd like to see more from Big Rico. I'm a big Rico fan. I also, going on to a couple episodes from now, Beautiful Dream, I would love more about Megan Wallaby. Megan Wallaby is one of my favorite characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it would be really cool to hear more about Larry Leroy, my boy, the boy.
And Danny, I'm rejecting hard mode. I want to see a Steve Carlsberg story in the style of 3 Days of the Condor, where there's a huge conspiracy that happens that he's stuck in the middle of and has to find his way out, like a political thriller.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be really cool.
That'd be neat.
Let's write it.
And also Koshek. I want the incredible journey with Koshek.
Oh, I want like what's not Milo and Otis, but like one of those
Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound, yes, that's the one. Homeward Bound, but with Koshek, like he ends up in like China or something and like has to get home.
And it's a series of wormholes.
Yeah, right. Or it's like the Hangover. It's like those movies.
This is like hard mode. Okay, this is like extra hard mode. If you had to like mash up like 2 or 3 random characters to like make a buddy cop movie together, or like some sort of like ensemble cast, what would you like? What would your like ensemble cast be, and what would happen?
I think a fun like teen one, kind of like Marvel Runaways style, would be like Tamika Flynn, Janice Carlsberg, Josh Creighton, and the Glow Clouds kid.
Yeah. Whose name's hard to pronounce because it's just a series of lightning claps. Yeah.
Yeah, and flashes and light flashes. So yeah, I think that would be really sick. And like they would each like get to, not just deal with the fact that they're like angsty teenagers. And I would think Tamika would, you'd see more about her life, and Janice and Josh and all that. I think that would be fun.
I think that would be a really good movie.
How about a mid to late 90s indie film where it's always like people in a car driving somewhere, except it's Carlos, the man in the tan jacket, and the computer.
The one that just reads the numbers?
No, the
computer from
34. Yeah, from Beautiful Dream. Yeah, it's the 3 of them and discovering one another and themselves and what it means to be human or computer or somebody that is never remembered, or somebody that is a man of science? And how do they get along? What would happen to them? What odd people would they meet along the way whose lives they would touch and whose lives would touch them?
Nice. Road trip style. Those are always fun movies.
I've been watching a lot of The Good Place and Russian Doll. I just started watching, and now I want to do like a interns in purgatory kind of thing, where like all the dead interns are together, and they're like there's some sort of repeating thing where they're trying to like do the mission that they died on over and over again.
Oh, so good! I love that.
It's so good. It's great.
Like, okay, do I drink the orange juice this time?
Yeah. Do I go to the endless pit that's in the station basement?
Yeah, right. That's fun. So next up in the fan zone, we have Willow. Hi guys. My favorite episode out of the early ones is 32, Yellow Helicopters. It was the first new episode for me when I became a fan. I had binge listened to the show in the last week or so and looked forward to this, and it did not disappoint. In fact, it's an unusually impactful episode. It's the first chapter of the first serialized story in Night Vale, the Strux Corp takeover. We learn that people can turn to angels, and we even get to hear how it happens. The angels are fascinating because we know so little about them. Why do they shine with the darkness rather than the light? Is it just in Night Vale, or are angels like that everywhere? I particularly remember the scene where the angels protect old woman Josie with darkness. Then the light gets in, and you don't know what will happen to Josie. I was terrified for her. The ending of the episode is unusually dark, and you can hear the fear in Cecil's voice. I also enjoyed the weather. I don't know Spanish, but I looked some of it up on Google Translate, and it's very beautiful. I especially liked this line. An invisible thread connects me to you. I prefer to think you still remember me. All the best, and keep up the fun, Willow. Well, thanks, Willow. Yeah, this episode was pretty dark, and I also enjoyed that it really started off the Strux Corp plot line, and it makes it really exciting when you start seeing a plot develop like that. And I don't know about angels, man. No one really does, and I think that's why the idea of them having darkness rather than light can be like really kind of confusing and a little bit scary, but just like everything else in Night Vale, it all turns out fine.
Everything's okay.
Everything's fine.
The sun keeps coming up, I think. So.
That's right.
Noisily.
The universal signal for everything is fine. The sun has appeared. Don't worry about it. Marissa writes, regarding Yellow Helicopters, this is one of my favorite episodes because of the jolt it gives to the storyline. For every danger that has been visited upon Night Vale up until that point, this is the first time that it feels like a threat to the characters and places we've come to know. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. The story is crafted very well that way, and the use of the angels in this episode especially contributes to that. I agree with you, Marissa. I think that's a fun way to switch it up. And, you know, as we talked about, thanks to Willow, this is the start of a larger overarching storyline. I mean, really, it's where it kicks into gear. I think it starts a little bit earlier than that with the old oak doors that appear in our first peek at Kevin. But that idea that we're in this town where there are these unspeakable horrors happening that are just the same as getting your morning paper. So to have something that feels like an actual threat and something that unites the town in terror, in like a real terror, not their everyday terror, is really interesting. And it's a tough thing to tackle, I would imagine, as a writer. And I think that Joseph and Jeffrey do it very well.
Same.
Sorry, did I take up all the oxygen on that one?
No,
you did it. Hey, you thought for all three of us, and that's good. It's good when we could all think through you.
We share everything. No.
Yeah, no disagrees at all.
Great.
Next up, Rebecca writes to us, and Rebecca says, Dear Meg, Hal, and Symphony, good morning. I don't have any theories for you today, but with the recap of the mayoral race coming up soon on the podcast, I had a fun anecdote I wanted to share with you. Back in the spring of 2014, I was a sophomore at a small liberal arts college in Ohio. We were coming up on election time for next year's student government. So, of course, the entire campus was plastered in campaign posters. I'd started listening to Night Vale the previous fall, and it just so happened that at the same time we were dealing with our student government elections, Night Vale was in the midst of its own mayoral campaign, and the debate over Hiram McDaniels versus the faceless old woman was going strong. Then it says in parentheses, can you see where this is going? Yes. Yes, I can. Now I have to spoil the fun and say that a Night Vale character did not get elected to our student council, as hilarious as that would have been. But some enterprising student did edit Hiram McDaniels and Faceless Old Woman campaign art into posters for our student government elections and posted them all over the main academic quad. Yes. I was absolutely delighted, and I still regret to this day that I didn't steal a copy of each for myself, or even at least take pictures. Thank you so much for the work you guys put into Good Morning Night Vale. It's really the highlight of my week. Symphony's laugh always makes me giggle, and it really has helped me get back into Night Vale and podcasts in general. Best wishes, Rebecca. Cool. That's cool. I'm happy that that happened at this small liberal arts college in Ohio, that Hiram and the Faceless Old Woman were running as candidates.
That's amazing. And honestly, if anybody else, if you know exactly what Rebecca is talking about and you have an old picture of that, or you are the person that posted that, because it probably is a fan, right? Mm-hmm. Please send that to us, because we always appreciate seeing stuff like that.
Yeah, I want to see that, and I also want to know which liberal arts school in Ohio are we talking about, Kenyon or Oberlin? Because I'm guessing it's one of those two. Am I right? Let me know. For goodness sakes, Rebecca, don't leave us hanging. And all of you other Oberlinians and Kenyonians. That doesn't sound right. Kenyans. Nope. Anyway, let us know. Show us pictures. A different Marissa writes. This is Marissa number 2.
Oh, wow.
Different Marissa. This one's in bold. Everything from yellow helicopters to old oak doors is amazing. I was becoming more politically radical at the time when these episodes first aired, and they connected with me so much. I was so excited to hear a story like this in popular media. I still can't think of another story that treats the subject of revolting against capitalism in quite the same way. Looking forward to when you guys get there, and we'll probably be writing more emails when you get closer to those episodes. Finally, there have been lots of descriptions of the angels and lots of fan art of the angels. What are your favorite headcanons for the angels' appearance? I love what you guys do. Thank you so much. Cheers, Marissa.
Well, thank you, Marissa. Cheers to you as well.
Governor?
My favorite headcanon for the Angels, speaking of Cheers, is just the cast of Cheers as the Angels.
I always like when they have so many eyes. You know, there's like a bunch of eyes, like eyeballs. Not like the letter I. Like
they're just awash in eyes. Like human body covered in eyes.
It'll mainly be on their face. They'll have like 6 or 9 eyes. And it almost looks like, to me, or like sometimes it'll be on the wings. It'll almost look like butterfly wings, you know, when they have like things that kind of look like eyes on them, as decoration. I don't know. And I always think of it like they're just trying to scare off their predators.
I feel like I've seen a fair amount of angels with blood all over them.
Oh, really?
And I don't know if I'd say my favorite, but I'd say it's the one that's sticking in my head. If you were dressed this way and were not an angel, certainly my apologies are yours forever. But that, for some reason, I have that in my head. Bloody angels.
Yeah. See, there's like the Diane angel and then the Rebecca angel. And then you kind of have to fight about which one you think is the
Yeah, exactly.
one.
Remember when the Diane angel left Sam angel at the altar?
Oh, my God.
And then he jumped over a boat.
And the Norm angel was like, hey, and everybody was like, Norm angel.
Yeah, when the Cliff angel went on Jeopardy.
Yeah, Woody, just in general.
Just dumb Woody.
Yeah, well, dumb Woody's a good angel.
Yeah.
Except that there's no one black angel on Cheers. That's the only thing. That's the
Well, it is Boston.
the hole in my headcanon.
I'm not saying, but saying. Boston.
Yeah.
Oh, Boston. I'm interested. The thing that Marissa's writing about that Marissa's listening to this at a time where they were becoming politically radical.
Hell yeah. I literally in my head was like, right on.
They're being radicalized while listening to a Night Vale podcast. It's the future that liberals want.
It's
That's
the gay
right.
agenda.
Finally, our time has come.
The gay agenda, all it says is radicalize the youth.
And as I pump my fist in the air.
Yeah, step one, and then an empty piece of paper after that. Because you figure it out.
Yeah.
You're out of the nest.
You fly on your own.
And with that, guys, it's time for us to fly. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And next time, we will be talking about episode 33, Cassette. And we will hear from Night Vale listeners about their theories, questions, and comments. But until then, good morning, Night Vale. Good morning.
Good Morning Night Vale is a Night Vale Presents production. It is hosted by Symphony Sanders, Hal Lublin, and Meg Bashwiner. It is edited by Grant Stewart. It is mixed by Vincent Cacchione. It is produced by Meg Bashwiner. Theme music by Disparition. Special thanks to our fans who submitted their thoughts this week. Leave us a voicemail at 929-277-2050 or email us at info@goodmorningnightVale.com to share your theories and ask questions, or to tell us what the best thing to put on pancakes is. This show is powered by our patrons like George Banks, Colibri, Nathaniel Philippin, Kathleen Sweet, and Julie Clays. If you're interested in supporting this show in exchange for lots of fun, exclusive, insider, hyper cool kid content, like having your name mispronounced in our credits, check us out at patreon.com/goodmorningnightVale. For more info on this show, go to goodmorningnightVale.com and follow us on Facebook and on Twitter at Night Vale Chat. Special thanks to Christy Gressman, Jeffrey Craner, Joseph Fink, and Adam Cecil. Today's adverb is loudly.